We're here in central London where there are two huge protest marches going on today. Unite the Kingdom, backed by Tommy Robinson, and the Palestine Solidarity Coalition. Now behind me is the first ever live facial recognition deployment at a protest in the UK. The use of live facial recognition at protests is unique in a democracy. This is behaviour you've seen in Russia, you've seen in China. It's indicative of authoritarian regimes, not a democratic state. The police are deploying a massive surveillance operation in central London at these protests today, as well as live facial recognition that's behind me. We've got drones, we have a helicopter flying above us. They're even deploying armoured vehicles at these protests today. Come with me to both protests. We're going to be looking at how the police are surveilling these protests and how they're being policed, and are our protest rights being upheld.
This is our nation. We are proud of it. And we know that this country is built on one.
We've come down from King's Cross with a live facial recognition vans were to Parliament Square, where the Unite the Kingdom rally is taking place. What do you think the government should do about protecting our right to protest and our right to free speech?
Well, I think Keir Starmer could change his attitude towards it all. And I was very saddened when he made his speech on Monday, all telling us what he was going to do, etc. And he had to punctuate it at the end with a warning about today and the Unite England march. And I thought that was so sad. It made people feel anxious and should we go, shouldn't we go, etc.
What do you think about the state of free speech and our right to protest in this country at the moment?
He's trying to say it could stop 7 people coming into this country, but he couldn't stop one boat. What does that tell you?
Do you think it's a good thing that there's another big protest going on at the same time?
I think they should have their say, whether it's right or wrong.
Does it give you any hope for free speech in the UK that we've got 2 big protests in central London today?
I think it's great that people protest, and you've got to allow people to protest. So that's a good thing. I'm a free speech guy, so I think you need to have a vow for the people, even if it's hateful stuff.
What do you think about free speech in the UK at the moment?
I don't think it really exists anymore.
Why is that?
Because people are going to jail because they're making Facebook posts.
And what do you think about the state of free speech and our right to protest in this country at the moment?
Well, I was dithering because I really couldn't afford to come here today, and they cancelled those speakers. And I just thought, we've got Keir Starmer. He hasn't got a brown shirt army, he's got a white army he's imported, and he's trying to just take over. He's trying to communist, fascist, whatever you want to call him. We need our free speech. So that turned it for me to come here today.
We're just leaving Parliament Square with Tommy Robinson's Unite the Kingdom protest is ongoing. People here have told us they think free speech in the UK is under threat. And now we're off to Pall Mall, where the Palestine Solidarity Coalition rally is happening.
They said that it's a crime to accuse someone of being far right.
Okay, and so what's your explanation? Why is that a crime?
I have no clue. They wouldn't tell me.
And what do you think that says about
They said it was a racial offence, I'm not sure.
And what does that say about a right to protest in the UK?
That we have no right to protest. We are, our rights are always at the pleasure of the government, the bourgeoisie.
We're down here just off Pall Mall at the Palestine Solidarity Coalition protest. We've just seen a man plucked from the crowd and detained by the police and forced to give his details. Also, they could issue him a dispersal order, meaning he had to leave the area within 5 minutes. This was because he apparently called someone a Nazi, which someone claimed was racially aggravated. What brought you down here today?
I bring food. I cook Palestinian food every day, and I give it away for free.
And what do you think about the government wanting to ban certain terms like sort of intifada from the river to the sea? Do you think that's a problem? They want to ban these terms?
I think, going after those terms and specific groups and labeling them terrorist organizations, I think it's just a useless attempt by these politicians to silence the street. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Finding a system that does not give you privilege over being born a type of religion. That's what does from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free means.
Have a lovely one, yeah.
What do you think about the right to protest in the UK? Do you think it's under threat?
Basic right, and it is under threat.
Why do you think it's under threat?
Because this government keeps making laws that are anti-protest.
And there's another big protest going on the other side of London today with quite a different viewpoint. Do you think it's good for freedom of speech that we're managing to have these two big protests here today on the same day?
I think people should be allowed to say what they want to say.
So I think that human rights and civil rights and free speech has all suffered very badly in the United Kingdom.
And what do you think about the government sort of calls to ban certain chants at these protests, things like globalising the intifada? Do you think that's bad for free speech?
Yes, I think that all this terrorism act has been a total failure. You see, the Prevention of Terrorism Act originally was introduced against the IRA in 1974 after the Birmingham bombing. And it was a total, complete failure because it didn't prevent Irish people from joining the IRA. The only way that all that Irish problem was solved was by talking to people.
It's just here seeing the protests wrapping up. We've actually seen common ground between both protests. Both sides think people should be able to express themselves, and free speech is under threat in the UK, and a right to protest is something that must be defended, and it's incredibly important. Big Brother Watch is fighting to defend your right to free speech, no matter your point of view. If you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and help us defend everyone's right to protest.